Welcome back to this week's episode of the Students on Campus podcast, hosted by Bella McClintock
and Justin Fry. This past week of June 12th, the Extended Opportunity Programs and Services, EOPS, hosted a scholar celebration in the California History Center. The Math Performance Success Program, MPS, held their success celebration. There was the Equity Champions Award Ceremony. We had the first year Experience Award Ceremony. We had the EOPS End of Year Celebration, the Student Athlete Award Ceremony, the Friday Black Graduation and Achievement Celebration, the Child Development and Education Celebration at Linda Vista Park, and Monday, June 19th, is the Juneteenth holiday, which means we have no class.
This upcoming week of June 19th, Tuesday, Financial Aid 101 seminar will be available on Zoom from 10 to 11 a.m. There is a UC application workshop on Zoom from 2 to 3 p.m. Wednesday, Transfer Achievement Celebration will be held in conference rooms A and B from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Lavender Graduation, or a graduation ceremony for those in the LGBT community, will be in the Sungun Garden from 6:30 to 9:30 p.m. Friday, Arts and Classroom Initiatives in the VITA Center. VITA invites you to make and submit a poster art to be considered for selection to be hung in each of the Guided Pathways villages during the fall. This is an event that will be held all day in the VITA Center. The Student Success Center picnic will be held at Memorial Park from 12:30 to 3:30 p.m. And the Latinx graduation ceremony at Smithwick Center will be at Foothill College on Friday from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. Alright, so our guest this week is Ian, and can you introduce yourself?
Alright, so hello, my name is Ian Eng. I am a second year computer science major at De Anza.
And what club did you found?
Yes, so I am the president and the founder of the De Anza Ultimate Frisbee Club.
So first off, I just want to say congratulations on winning the ICC Club of the Year. Me and Ian met last year, 2022, early 2022, before Frisbee Club had become anything, and I watched Ian build this from the ground up, so I'm so excited to have you here today. So what made you want to create a Ultimate Frisbee Club at De Anza?
I got into Ultimate Frisbee in Malaysia. So in my last year of high school, I learned about Ultimate Frisbee, and I fell in love with it. So even when I was gonna come to the States, I was looking into Ultimate Frisbee teams, but only UCs or CSUs had like Ultimate Frisbee teams. But I knew I was going to De Anza, so after a while of being Ultimate Frisbee lists, I was like, I'm just gonna take matters into my own hands and bring Ultimate to De Anza.
Did you get any of your inspiration from the Foothill Ultimate Frisbee Club?
A little bit. I know they started a quarter before me, so I actually knew Sammy, so I did ask her for a bunch of help when it came to starting the club at De Anza.
So what was the process like building a club from the ground up?
It was fun. It was a lot of hard work, a lot of planning. I missed so you had to make a club within the first 6 weeks of the quarter, I believe. And so when I wanted to make it in the spring, it was already past that timeline. So I had the whole summer to just plan things out and gather ideas from the teams that I liked in Malaysia, how the UCs ran their teams, the stuff that they were doing. So I just compiled all the ideas and like threw it onto a notepad and just slowly built up from there.
That's a good idea to have some time to prep before actually starting, so that you're not just kind of running around. You can have some information beforehand. What do you hope to accomplish in your time having the Frisbee Club here on campus?
Well, one thing is already been partly accomplished, which is just like an amazing community that was like supportive and fun. You can just come, you can be new, you don't don't even need to know how to throw a frisbee. Just come, enjoy the vibes. So that I think has been partly achieved. And if I can just facilitate maybe people's ultimate journey going into their UCs as well, I think that would be great. Just growing the sport, sharing the love. Yeah, that'd be great.
I remember the first few meetings we had, and it was so small compared to our last game of the season this past week, and it was huge. It was a huge amount of people.
Right.
So that growth is so inspiring to see, especially the fact that this sport, like you said, you can come in not knowing anything, and everyone is so friendly and willing to help you.
I even got an award for not playing.
Yeah, that is true.
I always explain to people who want to ask what the club is about. I'm like, do you remember middle school PE? But the fun part, like it's like running around a field with your friends throwing frisbees. What was your reaction to being awarded Club of the Year?
So yeah, I was not expecting it because, I mean, we have quite a big community, or a relatively big community, and it's pretty tight knit. So when the nominations opened up, we were telling everyone to like, oh, go nominate us for Club of the Year. But I just took it more like lightly, and it's like a joke. I didn't actually think we would win, and it wasn't really in my sights. I wasn't looking or aiming for Club of the Year. I just wanted that community, you know.
Yeah, it's a great accomplishment.
Thank you.
When you decided to make a club, had you heard of any of the clubs or programs at De Anza beforehand?
Right. So before I started the De Anza Ultimate Club, I was already part of a few clubs. So Christians on Campus, De Anza International Student Connections, the Malaysian and Singaporean Association. So I already knew a few clubs, and I would hop in and out of some of others like Developers Guild, Circle K. So I was already aware of clubs. I just never thought about starting one of my own.
As an international student, how have you found the resources on campus to support you?
Honestly, really, really helpful. Although you might need to do some active like prying and looking out for them. Because there are actually like a lot of flyers and a lot of information to be found online and also on campus. It's just, if you're just walking around without like keeping your eyes out for these things, you might miss them.
What sort of impact do you think the Frisbee Club has on students, especially the international students?
Yeah, I think just going back to community, it's a safe space to just come and hang out. People aren't really judging you too much. Even if you don't really know how to throw a frisbee, people are like, oh, here, come, I'll teach you. Just all around good vibes, you know. You're dancing to music.
Yeah, we always have music playing.
Rolling around on the grass, playing barefoot, you know, just bringing out the inner child in all of us. Yeah.
What's your favorite memory from this past year of Frisbee Club?
Ooh, that one's a good question. Well, besides the Club of the Year one. Right?
That was a good one, yeah.
Besides the Club of the Year one, I think being able to bring the team for our first tournament was pretty fun. So when we got invited to April Madness, which was a tournament hosted by like an outside committee, because sometimes at our game sessions we also have people who play Ultimate who are not part of De Anza, just come and join us for fun. And so one of them organizes a tournament called April Madness, which takes after March Madness, you know. So we played against alumni from various universities, and yeah, I think we came in 4th place, so that was nice to bring just brand new people to their first tournament.
Yeah, that's pretty good considering it's a first year club. You guys got to play in a tournament and
Right.
get 4th.
Yeah.
That's great. Is there any advice you would like to share with other students who want to start a club on campus?
Yeah, so a lot of planning, really think about it. Something I've seen, I know coming into my first year, a lot of people were telling me, you know, to join clubs or maybe start a club. At first, I was not really drawn to it. I always asked, like, why? And everyone will always say, oh, because it's going to look amazing on your transcript. I'm not saying that's not a reason. It's just, it shouldn't be a primary reason for why you should start a club on campus. I think really just envision how much you'll enjoy doing stuff, because when it all comes down to everything, you're still running a club. So there's still your administrative work you got to do. You got to handle a lot of logistics, and you got to bring the energy to the club. Sometimes it's going to be really, really tough, and you're not going to want to do it. So unless you really, really enjoy what you're doing and why you're doing it, you know, you can power through rather than having like, I think the reasoning of just the sole reason of creating a club just so that you have something on your transcript, it's a pretty shallow reason, which can be broken at any barrier that comes to you. So yeah,
I think definitely you and Micah and Ethan, your guys' passion for this club definitely is what made it so successful. And I'm so proud of the community that like grew, just like going to games and the game sessions, and just honestly the difference between our very first club day booth and our final club day booth, or the, you know, the past one, it was just, the growth was so crazy, and I'm just so proud that I was a part of it. So anything else you wanted to add while you're here?
Yeah, shout out my boys Micah Mock, Ethan Lesson. Shout out Kate Wang, Sheila Wong, and of course, our team mom, Bella McClintock, is also running this podcast. I could not have asked for better officers.
Yeah, it was a great officer team. Well, thank you for coming today. And then, do you have any information about Frisbee Club that you want to share?
Right. So we have game sessions every Sunday at Cupertino Memorial Park. At the moment, it's from 2 to 4:30 p.m. That may shift according to quarter and, daylight savings and no daylight savings. Our Instagram is at Dianza_Ultimate Frisbee. Join our Discord. The link tree will be in the bio. Most of our updates happen through our Discord. And yeah.
All right. Thanks for having us. Or thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
All righty.
Okay, now we're going to be entering our advice section. So we're getting questions all over the place from students, and we can only take so many. We're just completely overflowed. I've got a full desk full of, it's like Santa's mail, but for. So this week we have a question this week from a student, a very particular student named Autumn.
It's not from Autumn herself.
Oh. Anyway, it was given to us by Autumn. Okay. Anyway, let's hear it.
All right. A student wrote in and said, I am moving away for college this summer. Not far, just a few hours away. My mom really wants to come with me to help me settle in, but I'm a bit embarrassed. I love my mom, but I'm moving in with other guys who are a few years older than me. I don't want to seem childish by having my mom come with me, but I also don't want to offend her. Can you help me find a middle ground?
I mean, do you need your mother to help you set up your dormitory?
I think this is complicated because every mom goes to move their kid in.
Okay, granted, I don't want my mother to come with me for that experience. I mean, for different reasons, but
right, you're definitely.
I think that if you're thinking, this is embarrassing. I think that's the wrong way. But don't be embarrassed about your parents.
Yeah.
Every parent is like weird and embarrassing, and
that's their job.
Well,
I'm not embarrassed of my parents, but I'm just saying I'm moving and my parents are coming with me. I want them to come with me. They're gonna come grocery shopping with me. They're gonna help me decorate my apartment. It's just a thing that happens. I mean, I think if you said anything, you would definitely offend her.
I think that what you could do is you could set your space up for yourself and then take her on a tour of the campus, take her around and say, hey, this is my dormitory. So you can kind of take her into your space.
Yeah.
But, I mean, realistically, you probably don't need a whole bunch of help to get set up, do you?
Yeah, and dorms are so small. It's not going to take that long. Like, you're just going to bring your clothes and, like, some bedding.
Yeah. Get that set up yourself. Take her, just show around. Make her happy. But
yeah. She's going to miss you when you're gone.
Yeah.
And for the older kids, I think you have to remind yourself, they were in the same situation. They're not going to, like, make fun of you for having your mom come. I guarantee you their parents are going to come and visit while you're there.
I mean, like, I used to be embarrassed when my parents would walk me to school, and now, like that was in, like, elementary, middle school, whatever. But now when I see that, it's like, oh, that's really cute. That's really cute that, they're doing that together. So I think that when you look back, you're going to see it a little differently.
Definitely.
When you're in your roommate's position, because it's just like another day for them. It's like, okay, we're getting a new person in, probably their relative parents might show up.
Yeah, they're gonna expect your mom to show up. I think they would probably be a little bit like, oh, your parents didn't come? Yeah, so I think don't take your mom for granted. She loves you. She wants to support you. I think that just let her have this.
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna be gone. You're moving out. Her baby's, flying the nest. So that's the advice that I have.
Take it in stride.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for that question to whoever wrote in, and hopefully we answered it okay. And as always, we're going to close our episode with resources for students on campus, including the mobile food pantry, housing assistance, health and psychological services, and transportation services. Every student gets a VTA Smart Pass and Clipper card. HEFOS has resources for undocumented students through VITA. There's the Pride Center on campus with LGBTQ+ resources, as well as the Health Center for psychological counselors and therapy. Programs such as EPS, MPS, and LEAD are there for students who need help with academics. And as always, come join Lavos. We are a student-run publication and have been the voice of De Anza since 1967. To join us, register for Journalism 6A.
There's no application required. It's just a class.
Yeah. You can come visit us in room L41 and come learn more about our newsroom and what we do here. You can also email us or DM us on Instagram at lavosdeanza. This podcast was written by Belle McClintock, recorded by Belle McClintock and Justin Fry, and edited and produced by Justin Fry.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed
Yeah, I hope you guys
the
enjoyed
podcast
it.
while it lasted. But
We might have one more coming, and it might be short.
Yeah.
Yeah, since our quarter is coming to an end, and I'll be transferring, and Justin's got big plans coming ahead, being a representative on RAP and working with the FA PAC.
I hope that someone is able to continue on what we've started here. If anyone needs any help, I will be more than happy to assist with editing and producing. I like doing it.
I've had a great time. I hope you guys did too.
Yeah, me too. It's been a great experience.
And this is Bella and Justin signing off.